Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself. And today's the return of Prince of Persia. This time it is The Sands of Time. 2 songs, and they're both pretty short, from the channel Stuart Chatwood. We have Trouble in the Barracks and The Tower of Dawn, requested by Darden. Thank you so much. I checked out Prince of Persia not too long ago. And yeah, it was, oh, actually, there was something that really stuck out to me. It's one of those few instances out of the, like, thousands of videos I've done where it's like I kind of nail the emotion on something, because I was like, this reminds me of like Godsmack or something, and the comments were like, actually Godsmack was a part of it. I'm like, what? I thought that was really cool. But yeah, it really did give me that feel, and I'm curious as to if the whole soundtrack is like that kind of hard rock thing, or if there's more to it. And since these are so short, I'm just gonna listen to them back to back, like, immediately. I don't know why they're paired. I don't get told that, and I kind of like it that way. So this is Trouble in the Barracks from Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. Very pulsating. I don't think that's a sitar, but it sounds like a sitar, kinda. Dun 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 dun. That's cool. Dun 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 dun. A little ping pong action. I like the looming presence of bass and like undertones in the song. This is kind of what I expected more from this game. This is cool though, it's got like that edge to it though. Middle East meets metal elements. Ooh. Alright, let me talk just a tiny little bit. This is really cool because, just a really quick mention of some music theory here. I've been mentioning this word a lot lately. It's a scale in music called Phrygian or Phrygian dominant, and it is used a lot in anything regarding the Middle East, desert, but it's also used a lot in metal and flamenco music. So if you kind of erase everything you just heard, or the instruments, and then just imagine like a nylon guitar with fingers style, it would sound a lot like flamenco. But it's really cool how we hear 2 notable genres that use the Phrygian scale together. So you could hear how it sounds in metal, and you could hear how it sounds like this, which is really, really cool. I have a feeling that this is what most of the soundtrack, if I had to guess, this is what most of the soundtrack sounds like. This kind of hybrid. And that's really cool. I don't remember what the comments said about these songs, like where they play. If I had to guess, they're like little mini conflicts or something, but I don't remember what they said. people answered me, but to me it just sounds like a conflict. Trouble in the Barracks. It sounds like this is quite literally just the name of the stage, and that loops probably endlessly. Okay, the only thing to take away is that it had something similar sounding to a sitar, but I don't know if it was. Sitars are usually more twangy and higher. This one sounded more plucked, and I don't know what that was. If you know what that is, let me know. But it's definitely reminiscent of it. Let's go right into the next one. The Tower of Dawn. I like these kind of shorter songs because it forces me to think a lot more. This is the Tower of Dawn. It's a well-rounded soundtrack. The vocals too. It sounds really good. This is PS2, right? Pretty sure. It's my favorite console, by the way. A lot of people don't know that, but yeah. Oh, I forgot. I do remember the comment saying that one of these was like, one of the games was like, we don't talk about it, but I think it was the last one. But I think the first two are universally loved. That could be wrong couple. So the Phrygian dominant scale, which we're hearing again, utilizes a lot of tension in the music. You feel like everything is like pulling. Dun, 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 dun. Again? Yeah, see? You see how it's like gradually getting climbing? That's a common thing. It's just really exotic sounding. It's all about the feel. I like that. Just a perfect tease. Yeah, so that's I don't do a lot of teaching here because well, I'm not a good teacher at all, but I'm just aware of what goes on in the music world. Music theory is this kind of fascinating thing. It just allows you to they're like guidelines for the notes you hear, right? Music at the end of the day is just a bunch of vibrations and frequencies, and the theory behind it is different depending on where in the world you are. You know, ironically, music from these areas don't really use like our tone system. They use microtones, which is closer to what like the singer was doing. That little those like in between notes that Western music doesn't really use. It's just it's nice to kind of I don't know. I guess in a way you can sort of, for lack of a better term, kind of generalize it. For example, like let's say. It's a terrible example. I just thought of it right now, but like, let's say you get an electric car just to drive on the freeway, and it just takes you point A to point B, and then you get like a muscle car for racing, to be loud, whatever. That's what all these scales are used for in music. There's not that many. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's a handful, and they're just groups of notes, right? And what's even more interesting about that, there's only 12 notes. Air quotes because I don't want to get into it, but there's only 12 notes in music, really. So everything we've ever heard is just a combination of like these 12 notes, but these scales are like little internet tabs of these notes, and they all have their own distinct voicings. So basically, long story short, anytime it's a desert scene or something like that, you can expect Phrygian. So yeah. I could hear it here. It's to me, it's the most, in my opinion, it's the most distinguishable scale, because just someone can hear this blind and be like, oh, that sounds like it's supposed to be here, and you know. But what's really cool about this is, again, what makes Prince of Persia cool, in my opinion, is that it takes multiple uses of this scale and combines them. It's usually just either one or something, you know. I don't typically hear like these Indian instruments and an electric guitar with it, and then these kind of like flamenco rhythms as well. So it all can be like used interchangeably, and that's what's really cool about this stuff. This is like really, it can be molded a lot of different ways. But overall, as we heard in this one especially, the tension. There's a lot of pulling in the music, and that's what this felt like. It felt like when I saw the title, Tower of Dawn, and combine it with the music, I can only imagine one thing really, and that's like a moving section where the screen is moving or you're moving quickly. There's no like slow platforming. It's like it's moving or spiraling down or going up. When I think of a tower, I think of like spiraling up. And what I'm seeing in my head is like a certain scene from Near Replicant, but I'm not going to spoil it. But something like that, right? You're just it's like kind of racing against the song in a way, or like the floor is crumbling, or the floor is rising, but or if you're going downwards, the ceiling is crumbling, that kind of thing, or fire coming on the side of the screen. That's what the music sounds like to me. It sounds like you're running from something. That's it. They both have this conflict to them, and that's kind of really all I got from them. I think Prince of Persia is actually really, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for here? It kind of puts me in the same mood as Ace Combat, sort of. And what I mean by that, and this is probably like a really weird comparison, but it's like, it's underrated, but it's not. But it's talked amongst, like, video game music nerds. Like, only in niche circles would someone bring up Ace Combat music, and the same goes for Prince of Persia. It feels like that's what it feels like to me, and they're both really, really good. So kind of an odd comparison, but that's just kind of how I see it. Yeah. Okay. Well, tell me more about the Sands of Time. I'm pretty sure this is the most popular one of the three, and I'm also going to be featuring this game, Sands of Time, into a video I'm making right now with the credits theme. So, yeah. Well, until next time we hear Prince of Persia. That was really cool. Shout out to Stuart Chatwood. Thank you to the requester, and thank you to everyone you see on screen. I couldn't be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. Peace.